Hi, my name is Allison Pele. I am a rising senior and my major is building construction. I'm from Williamsburg, Virginia. I also hopped around a little bit. I used to live in Charlotte, North Carolina, and I lived in Panama for a little bit in a small town called San Vicente. I'm interested in this class. I think it applies directly to my major in building construction. We do a lot of buildings, obviously, and a lot of what's becoming popular is high-rise buildings and a lot of what you see in the city. I'm hoping to help create these future cities. That's kind of like what I want to gain from this class, is like getting a better understanding of what this might look like and different perspectives on how we as a community might grow, so that when I am doing projects in the future, I'll have a more perspectives on how to make suggestions to help with the people around. I don't have a ton of experience living in any major cities. My brother, he lived in a good amount of major cities. He lived in New York, he lived in Washington, D.C., and he lived in Richmond. So I would visit him there and I'd see it. It's not exactly the lifestyle I want for myself, but I've definitely seen a lot of it in the bustling activity and like how tight the spaces are. I've also seen it in different countries. Once again, I lived in Panama, and Panama City has it's a decent sized city. And even when you go visit like any city, it feels like the same, like just bustling activity, and it's a little overwhelming, but it's definitely something that I think learning more about it from this class could help us in the future to help fix some of the issues that are there. So some of those issues, like the prompt I put would be, in 2046, the leaders of New York just announced a new, stronger traffic policy that restricts self-driving vehicles. I think that's something that's like, wouldn't surprise me if it happened, just because in New York the driving is so difficult to navigate, and a lot of the times from when I've driven there, it's a lot of, you don't actually follow the rules exactly, because if you did, you get honked at, because people are like stopping on the street. You've got cars picking up, cars dropping off, and there's just, if you just stay and follow the rules, you're gonna get honked at, you're gonna get yelled at. You gotta just learn, which I haven't learned, but I'm assuming that like residents learn to just do it by feel. So I think that that's something that a self-driving car can't really do. It can't really decide when to make the move, or when they shouldn't, when they should, and that fast pace of a city like that. I think there's a high chance of there being a lot of fatalities in cities like that with self-driving cars in the future, just because as they get better, the cars are going to be able to move faster, and I don't think places like New York, they should be allowed. And I think that that seems like a reasonable policy that might happen, maybe in less than 20 years, but hopefully in 20 years at least. For what's it called, group work, I am good with either working alone or in a group. So if a group needs an extra person, or if someone doesn't have a partner and they want to make a group, I'm fine with that, but I also don't mind working alone. I work 5 days a week. I'm pretty packed, so I don't have a whole ton of time, but I can still make time if somebody needs a group. Thank you.